uh, finding tracing to ensure that are these people still in Lagos or they're out of Lagos. Thank you.
So can you come again with the 11,000 figure? We didn't get it because the your audio was breaking.
Oh, sorry about that. I said about 11,000 people have been lost to follow up.
Okay.
So this 11,000 people is either they are no more in they're out of Lagos, or they have other HIV related illness. They are dead. Well, we are doing our contact tracing, like I mentioned, to ensure that these people are linked back to treatment.
So how does the agency get these figures, and how are we sure they are reliable?
Okay. So now, what we do is we have this what we call enders. So on the enders, when you go for counseling testings all over Lagos, even in the whole of Nigeria, you have to upload your results immediately. So that means that when we go for counseling and testing services, we find if you have a positive case, let me say reactive case, because we don't really see positive immediately, like someone and then probably it's not negative, so it's kind of reactive. We still have to do a confirmatory test to ensure that that reactive case is actually positive. It's not a false reactive cases. So after the confirmatory test, we find out that the person is actually positive, and all these results are actually collated and uploaded on Ender. So it's a figure that you see online. Do you understand? So it's not that maybe we are just sitting there and we're collating results. Let me add that from January to September 20, we've conducted over 222,000 tests this year, January to September 2025. And out of this 200,000 people, we have another 9,000 plus cases in this year. We are doing a close monitoring to ensure that the figure we're giving out there is reliable.
Okay, Dr. Ademashaun is breaking again. So Lagos will just wait for her to rejoin.
I don't know where you want me to start from.
Oh, okay. So the connection took a hit for some time, so I didn't hear the last few sentences you made. But let's dive into how Lagos is managing persons with HIV. Right. What's the agency doing concerning persons with HIV? How do they get their retroviral drugs? Where can one go for retroviral drugs? Hello, Lagos. We'll fix just a slight issue and be right back. We're going to a quick break and be right back.
No matter where you are, download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The number one talk station of Lagos is closer to you than ever.
Join the conversation online or on the go.
Be part of the Info family on our user-friendly mobile app and website for a better and improved listening experience.
Download the app from Google Play Store and App Store.
With super efficient and clean audio quality.
Log on to nigeriainfo.fm.
Watch us live on YouTube and Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter at NigeriaInfoFM.
And Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Informing and entertaining is what we do.
Aren't you sick of blaming someone? Aren't you even sick of a situation?
Sometimes, even if your president wants to do the best for you, they will tell him, my friend, don't do that.
These things do just we like,
Tune in round the clock for the best of radio programming.
It's Nigeria's station for talk.
Let's talk.
Our website, nigeriainfo.fm, is a trusted platform for more intellectual, trending, and exclusive stories with up-to-date analysis. We are not just the talk station of the nation. We are your #1 talk station. Join the league of fans consuming great news at www.nigeriainfo.fm and get rewarded for your time. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's Morning Crossfire here on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM, and I am Hillary Nnoruka, and I still have with me Dr. Folakemi Animashaun. She leads Lagos's push for the management and control of HIV/AIDS here in Lagos. Glad to have you rejoin. We had a slight technical problem, but we are back right now. So I'd like to find out from your testings, would you say there has been an increase, a decrease, or a plateau in the rate of infections in Lagos?
Okay, for now, I would say that we have a slight increase because of the new cases we've recorded in Lagos. Like I mentioned earlier, we recorded over 9,000. That's 9,467 new cases. That's new viral infection this year. That is between January to September 2025. And then I mentioned that before the line went off, I mentioned about the endless. Where all states upload their data. And again, the HIV network, we have their network. That is the network of people living with HIV. So they have their list, we have their data. So I'm just reaffirming the previous question about how are we sure that the data that we've collated or the data that or the numbers that we issue out to the public is correct and is right.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to the network because I'd like you to take us through the network, how the government supports members of the network. But before we do that, since you've identified the increase in cases, can you take us through the behaviors that are contributing most to new HIV infections in Lagos? Yeah, can you take us through the behaviors that are contributing to new HIV infections in Lagos, and also the groups or demographics that are more affected?
Okay. During my introduction, I mentioned that there are ways that people contract HIV. And one of the major ways is through unprotected sexual intercourse and then sharing of sharp objects. So that means that the major demographic is the key population. And these key populations actually, the largest portion of the key populations are young adults. So What do I mean by key population? These are communities that includes the sex workers, men who have sex with men.
We're having major network problems this morning. Some problems with the internet. But this conversation is a conversation that we need to have. We just heard Dr. Nima Shaun talking about the increase in the number of cases in Lagos. So it's not decreasing, it's currently increasing. Out of more than 200 people tested for the first 9 months of the year, about 9,000 tested positive. Prevalence rate of approximately 5% for the year. So, okay, I think Dr. Nima Shaun is back. Yeah, so let's talk about, you mentioned the network earlier on. Tell us about the network. Does the government coordinate the network, or is it like a non-governmental organization that brings people together?
Okay, so the network that's the network of people living with HIV. Every state chapter, say from state coordinator in Lagos State, and each state has have their own network. So this network of people living. So we also have the adolescents, APINE. So don't let me forget them. So these are the adolescent positive youth in Nigeria. So we regulate their affairs in the sense that we support them. So that means that we know these people, we can identify them through their network. So if you belong to NEP1, it means that you're about like 40, 45 years and above, and less than 40 years and above, like 35 years and above, then you fall under APINE. That's the Adolescent Positive Youth in Nigeria, Lagos chapter as well. So we meet with them, we know them, and then we also support them.
So for someone who has HIV, sure that he or she has it, but isn't a part of this network, how does the person identify this network and get to join and get their support?
So what we do is we don't just go out to conduct HIV tests. We do counseling, we do testing, we provide psychosocial support. So that means that before we conduct HIV in Lagos State, we'll first counsel the individual. Why do we need to counsel them? We counsel them because we need to prepare their mind, the outcome of the results. So we provide that psychosocial support to them before we conduct HIV test. So now you now have a reactive case. We'll do a post-counseling again, and we'll ensure that the individual will carry out another confirmatory test. Now, if the confirmatory test still show a positive result, then we'll then link them to treatment. So how do we link them to treatment? So it's either we will link them to a treatment that is close to their local government. So if that person is staying at Agege, we'll ensure that that person is linked to treatment and join a support group from there. So now the support groups now has different groups across the local government, and they also have a way of sending them to their network to ensure that they belong to one network for proper coordination, and also to follow up, and also to ensure that they are going for their medications and they have a suppressed viral load, because that is our major target. Because if there is a suppressed viral load, then it means that you equals to you, undetectable will be equals to untransmittable. It means that that person will not be able to transmit the virus if they have a viral load, a low viral load. So it's our major target. When someone is positive, it should be to have a suppressed viral load, and is the global target of UNAIDS for 95 target by 2030, that all countries should reach 95 targets. Thank you.
So I think it's something people need to get educated about this target you talked about. Tell us about the viral load you talked about and how can it be suppressed? Because so many people still think that HIV is a death sentence in 2025, but we know there have been improvements. So take us through the improvements we've witnessed over the years, and how is it possible that someone can be HIV positive and birth a baby that isn't, or who isn't?
Okay, thank you very much. So now, when you talk about 95, 95, 95 target, it means that every country, every state must at least be able to identify 95% of people living with HIV. So that means that in Lagos State, if you have 147,000 plus people out of 160,000, it means that we are close to, or if not at 95, it means that we'll be able to identify 95% of people living with HIV in Lagos. So now the second 95. The second 95, we should ensure that 95% of people that will be identified are on treatment, they are on medication. And the third 95 speaks to the fact that this 95% of people, they have a suppressed viral load. So now, a normal viral load is typically considered to be undetectable when they are less than 20 to 50 copies per milliliter, depending on the test. And also a low viral load of less than 200 copies per millimeter, or is suppressed less than 1,000 copies per milliliter. So that is mean that the goal of HIV treatment is usually to achieve an undetectable viral load. It means that the virus, the HIV virus in that person's body cannot really be detected because it's kind of suppressed. So when it's not detected, it means that that person will not be able to transmit the virus. So it means that it will significantly reduce the transmission risk and also slow the disease progression in people living with HIV. So for people living with HIV, when they maintain a suppressed viral load through antiretroviral treatment, it means that they are taking their medications regularly. They are taking the ART. So it's the key and is a major key to manage the virus and also prevent further transmission. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be going on a quick break right now, but we'll be right back. And when we come back, we'll talk more about suppression and medication. They go stay with us.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
You don't just vibe to anything, and that's okay. Do you like it hot?
Hit me.
Then go for Mini Noodles Ninja Pepper flavored, the spicy rebel. Do you like it fresh?
Smooth.
Then get your Mini Noodles chicken and veggies flavor, the fresh king. Maybe you like to party.
Giggy.
Then you need to have a taste of Mini Noodles Patty Jollof flavor. Party starter. Or you could be a foodie.
That's it.
And you'll love Mini Noodles sloppy chicken flavor, the foodie vibes. Whatever you like, Mini-Me's got a flavor for you, so pick your vibe. Mini-Me Noodles. Slop life.
The biggest food festival on the African continent is back. It's the GTCO Food and Drink Festival, wait for it, Holiday Edition. That's right, on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st December 2025 at the GT Center, Plot 1 Water Corporation Drive, Oniru, Victoria Island, Lagos. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival returns for a special holiday edition. Think mouth-watering street food, retail stores, exclusive chef demonstrations, and master classes. prices. And for the kids, a magical holiday wonderland. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival is for everyone. Your holiday experience starts here and attendance is free. After all, what's a holiday without good food? Don't miss the holiday edition of the GTCO Food and Drink Festival on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st December at Plot 1 Water Corporation Drive, Oniru, Victoria Island, Lagos. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival, supporting small businesses and promoting enterprise.
Yeah, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
S-E-L-A-R-I-E. Celery.
Bros, you want to turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
T-U-R-M-E-R-I-C.
Yes, so
turmeric.
Correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Don't let the size fool you, my guy. This Super Commando will keep you firing on from morning till night. So the next time you need real energy, don't dull. Grab a bottle of Super Commando, take a long, satisfying gulp. Now you are ready to fire on. Because when it comes to the hustle, forget muscle. Real energy no be by size.
Super! Enjoy refreshing taste and full energy to fire on with Super Commando energy drink. Super Commando, not be by size. Fire on!
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer.
Where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer.
If not tea, or margarita.
Kivo Creamer. Kivo Creamer.
On the streets, they know who the Baba is. We've showed up on major stages, backed the biggest Afrobeat artists, and held it down with big concerts, epic lineups, and of course, amazing refreshment. So, when you hear Baba for the streets, it can only be Pepsi, and that's on period. Pepsi, Baba for the streets. Enjoy more vibes, more bedu, and great tasting refreshments with the Pepsi 60cl PET bottle. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast.
Good Mama, my fabric is smelling fresh.
Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry isn't too smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
To all the people we get heavy duty engine and big generator for we country, we throw away salute given now. Things no easy, but this big engine then must continue to the work. For Total Energies, we done the innovate for over 70 years to take given now Rubia engine oil. We good for all types of heavy duty engines then. Rubia engine oil, they help engine they can't pay so that it no go quick spoil. It they make oil last well for engine before you change them, and it also help the consumption of fuel for your heavy duty engines. It never finish. Rubia products they tested for all types of conditions, and over 200 major heavy-duty manufacturers don't approve them. Experience Total Energies Ogbonge Premium Engine Oil through the years.
The energy from breakfast doesn't last my child the whole day. By halftime, your champ will be low on energy. That's why break time is the right time to refuel with the nourishing Milo drink.
Keep your champ in the game with a Milo drink in their lunchbox. It's made from the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and contains iron and calcium. Milo drink has a great taste your champs will love and a nourishing energy to help them make the most of every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Hey, yeah, now Rabi, with Orabi, my teeth strong, my mouth is fresh, it clean well, oh, now Orabi.
on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Oral-B today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tanda Gidigba with Oral-B.
Mom, why do you always insist on buying Nasco cornflakes?
Because it is whole flakes, 100% cornflakes.
Welcome to Nigeria Info, where the news sparks conversation.
The Miete Ala Cattle Breeders Association has condemned the sanctions against them.
Finish, we're like a sour soup waiting for someone to warm up. To wake up to the House of Assembly. You have to wake up to the House of Assembly.
All this talk about voodoo is nonsense. If I had any authority, I'll fire
The
him.
football team is as bad as the economy of the country.
If you listen to both ends of the argument, whether it's the one where there is a genocide or the one where there's no genocide.
So ever since they have been saying they have been defeating and killing and the rest of them, it's like what they are just interested in now is who is coming to their party, who is not coming to their party.
So what do we call this one now? Chibok 3.0?
This is your space to listen, share, and be heard. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's still Morning Crossfire here, and I'm Hillary Nnoruka, 99.3 FM Nigeria Info. We've been talking HIV/AIDS in Lagos, and with me is Dr. Folakemi Animashaun. She's the chief executive officer of the Lagos State AIDS Control Agency. She is joining me virtually. Before we went on that break, you were talking about suppression of viral load, and I would like to ask this: is it possible? And you said something which I would like Lagos to hear, that when your viral load is suppressed, duly suppressed, you can live comfortably without transmitting the virus to anyone. Now, but is it possible that can the viral load increase after it's been suppressed?
For the question, the viral load can increase after the suppress if you are not taking your medications. But if you are taking your medications regularly, the viral load will remain suppressed. It will remain undetectable. Yes, you have the HIV virus in your bloodstream, but the viral replication is not going to be strong enough for you to transmit to another person.
Okay, so let's talk about the medication. Where can someone living in Lagos get the medication? And then how affordable is it? Do we need to pay for it?
Okay, for now in Lagos State, the ART medication, that is the antiretroviral therapy, it's free in Lagos. So the medications are available in our health facilities. So people go to take their medications regularly. And I also encourage our networks, if they are listening to me, they should ensure that they take their medications regularly, because it's going to suppress. They know that it will suppress the viral load. So many of them are living with the virus, and their partners are not even infected till date. Either maybe the husband or the wife is one of the people living HIV, and he or she has a suppressed viral load, that it would not be able to transmit the viral load. We have so many of them that they are still living fine as a couple, and they didn't transmit the virus also to their children.
So this ART you talk about, you say it's available at medical centers. Are they available only at government hospitals and medical centers, or does the government partner with private clinics and hospitals?
For now, the medications are available at the government facilities alone.
Okay, and so something else we'd like to talk about, the medication. I mean, it costs money. It's free, which means it costs money to get these things and distribute. And I know that last week you said something about a stop work order, that the community level interventions have been disrupted by a stop work order. What do you mean by this?
Okay, thank you very much. There are two aspects and there are two responses to HIV response in the state. We have the community response and we have the health facilities response. So the community response is affected by the stop work order because we have a one-stop shop. We call it one-stop shop across the local government in the state. And this one-stop shop is like a hub for our young adolescents, our key populations, to go to the one-stop shop to take their medications. And then mostly we have, let me say, the adults, the pregnant women, they take their medication at the health facilities. Why do we have that separate response? We found out that most of the young adults don't usually, or maybe because of stigma, discrimination, which we are fighting in Lagos, they don't usually go to the health facilities to take their medication. So that is where and reason of this one-stop shop was actually designed. So when they go there, they see their mates, they see their colleagues, that they will go there, they will pick their medications and then go to their various workplaces or go to their normal daily businesses. So now, that stop work order affected the community response. That means that the medications that are being given at the one-stop shop was grossly affected, except for life savings support in that regard. So now we've now linked these people to the health facilities, since the health facilities are still giving medications. So the stop work order affected the community response, and that is one of the reasons we are having these new infections or we are recording a high number, because most of them still don't want to go to the health facilities to get their medication because of stigma, and then we're actually fighting the stigma. Oh, okay, I don't want this person to see me. I'm coming to the health facilities to get my HIV medications. So that one-stop shop is actually designed like a hub for them.
Who gave this order and why was it given?
So the stop work order was given by the US government. The reason is best known to the US government. But I think for now, we can't really say this is the reason. The stop work order was actually given by the US government, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, and it's the stop order started in January 2025. Yes, that was when the stop order issue was given, and we were able to stabilize the situation by linking our community response to the health facilities response, at least for now, so they can still get their medications. Thank you.
So how does the agency fund all of this, the ART, the management of HIV/AIDS here in Lagos, since the stop work order started? Because, of course, we all know that President Donald Trump decided to stop giving aid to various countries when he came into office, and, of course, closed USAID, that's United States Agency for International Development. So how has the government and your agency been funding your operations?
Okay, I think I have to say a big thank you to Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, for his unwavering commitment and his support to the HIV response in the state. There has been challenges when the stop work order came up earlier this year, and like I said, it affected the community response. So our HIV testings, our counseling, our social support, all these provisions are still ongoing through the Lagos State government. So the Lagos State government are actually fitting into all those gaps and challenges that we're experiencing as I speak. And Mr. Governor has also promised to ensure that the community aspect as well would commence the medications. We are working with the partners to ensure how we can. I would say we want to overtake the one-stop shop, but how we can partner with them, which we are in talks with them already, to identify the gaps is that the stop work order affected, so the Lagos State government can fit into those vacuums.
So you talked about stigma earlier on, and it's something I would like you to enlighten Lagosians about. How bad is stigma against persons with HIV in Lagos? And can you talk to my audience to let them know that this is not a death sentence, and you need to accord respect to people no matter what their health status are?
All right, thank you very much. Stigma and discrimination, there are significant challenges that's facing people living with HIV. And many individuals experience social exclusion, they experience rejection, they experience verbal abuse, which can lead to feelings of isolation, low self-esteem, suicidal attempt, and even some even actually committed suicide. And forms of stigma, it could be a public stigma. You can say, I cannot argue you're HIV positive. There's so many stigmatization. People go on social media now and then calling out people's name that they're HIV positive and all that. So what are we doing presently to address this situation? So currently, the Lagos State and the Lagos State and stigma law was enacted in 2007, which is the first in the country, which is the first in the whole of Nigeria. So now, and when I came the law, I noticed that the law is not facing is in the current reality that during that law, we've had a stakeholders meeting, which involves the network of people living in HIV, civil society organizations, line ministries in the state, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Health. So we are currently reviewing that law, and this law will address the current reality that people living in HIV are facing. That means that if you stigmatize against people living with HIV or through any forms of means, then you're going to face the wrath of the law.
All right, Dr. Folakemi Animashaun there. So Lagos, do you have questions for her? Questions about HIV, AIDS? You can call in. The number to call the main line is 0201 277 0993. That's 0201 277 0993. And the female line is 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 46 57 190. So I'm taking only calls at the moment, no WhatsApp messages. Hello, good morning. What's Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Morning.
Yeah. Money. Yes, please, I would like to remain anonymous. Yeah, I want your guest to know that because he said the drug is free, it's not totally free. I take my drug from Nigeria. I think it's National Institute of Medical Research, and we pay a token of about 3,000. If you want to see the doctor, we pay 2,000 to consult the doctor because we see the doctor every 6 months. We take drug every 3 months. Every 3 months we take drug, so we pay 3,000 naira for the drug, and every 6 months we see the doctor. Before we see the doctor, you pay 2,000 consultation fee, and you have to do it kind of test. We pay about 3, 4, 5,000 for that test. So every 6 months we spend about 10 to 15,000 naira to do everything. That is to take your drug, to consult the doctor, and to do your medical. We pay about 10 to 15,000 at Nigeria Institute of Medical Research, Yaba. That's where I take my drug. And concerning stigmatization, I think you need, because for instance, my boss knows that I am positive. But I think they need to tell the organizations, the management of each organization, because many people we do interact where we go for this to this hospital, to the clinic. We do interact. Some people they cannot tell their people in their working place. They cannot let them know that they have this thing, so they will miss their drug. They will not be able to come to pick up their drug. I don't know. They still need to do more concerning stigmatization. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dr. Nnoruka, did you get everything that he said? Hello? Having some network glitches, but Dr. Nnoruka, did you hear everything that he said? Hello, doctor. So talking about the National Institute of Medical Research in Yaba, that when he goes there for his ART and the management of HIV, that he pays money, spends approximately 15,000 naira every 6 months, which would amount to 30,000 naira for the year. But I think we're having a little bit of a problem connecting to Dr. Anima Shaw at the moment. But so Lagos, when she gets back on the call, she'll be able to answer that. But Lagos, the lines are still open. But just a summary of what she's been talking about. She's the Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos State AIDS Control Agency, talking about the management of HIV and AIDS here in Lagos. The first 9 months of the year, Lagos State government has carried out about 220,000 tests, out of which 9,000 people tested positive. And at the moment, the Lagos State government can count 160,000 HIV infections, persons living with HIV in Lagos, and 147,000 of them are on medication at the moment, on ART medication. And Dr. Nnoruka said that these medications you can get at government hospitals, that the agency works with government hospitals to ensure that you get these medications for free. But we just got someone who called in right now that he pays when he goes to a medical facility for his drugs, but we've lost Dr. Anima Shaun at the moment. I hope she gets back online, so we'll continue the discussion on HIV/AIDS. Monday was World AIDS Day. It's commemorated every year, December 1 every year, so there'll be one again next year and the year. But we want to ensure that everyone who lives with this has access to the treatments that they deserve. Earlier on this year, the United States government pulled out of supports for the AIDS program in Nigeria and other parts of the world. But I think we have someone else on the line. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir. My name is Vedan.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, my name is Vedan. I want to ask, for instance, if someone has been attending maybe has been taking the medication from Lagos.
Yes, go
ahead.
ahead.
Have a record in Lagos State, so maybe the person have leave Lagos to another state. So how can it work? Is there any link between Lagos and other health facility in other states that one can take his own medication?
Okay, we'll find out as soon as she's back on the line. We're trying to get her back on the line. So we'll conclude this conversation because we have less than 5 minutes before I'm out of the studio. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Kenny from Shomolu. Good morning, Hillary.
Good morning.
Yeah, what I want to hear, because from all indication, it seems as if the United States was the sole, sponsor for this program. I'm thinking that we Nigerians should try to sponsor it, and my suggestion to government, specifically, I would say to the National Assembly, if they would encourage companies, as a CSR project, to donate these drugs, purchase these drugs, donate these drugs, and get a tax rebate in exchange for sponsoring the, purchase of these drugs. It will go a long way, because my concern is fear of extinction of this project. I know she gave commendation to the governor of Lagos State. His tenure would soon expire. What would happen after that? I enjoyed your show. Good job. Have a good one.
Thank you. Contribution. Yeah, yes, I think it's a good idea. Some companies get some form of tax rebates when they build roads. I know there's a program, a federal government program like that, and I think it would work for this situation. Unfortunately, she's not back on the line. But Lagos, it's been a good ride this morning from 5 a.m. Up until this time. I'll be out of the studio in less than a minute or about a minute. And so we started the morning with open mic guests calling in from 5 a.m. to 6, and then 6 o'clock we had the news. From the news we went to Dailies Today, the first part of Dailies Today, and then at 7 o'clock it was Sports Drive. Jimi Disu was in the studio with me 7:30 to 8 o'clock for the second part of Dailies Today, where we reviewed the papers. And then 8 o'clock we started this conversation, of course the news, and then this conversation about HIV and AIDS. 9 o'clock will be time for news headlines, after which Jimi Disu will be back here in the studio for Daily Digest. And of course, we have a lot of things for you here on Nigeria Info FM, WhatsApp Lagos, Sunny Side, Hard Facts. So many things today here. And of course, the big one, I beg to differ. I beg to differ will be back today. Lagos, thank you so much for spending your morning with me. It's been a good ride. See you again tomorrow morning.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.